Hello friends, I'm back with another Animal Crossing themed video because I can't get enough. This is the Animal Crossing book tag, and it was created by, I forget, but their link to the original video is down below. I guess the themes for all of these are based on the villager personalities types, so book prompts based on those. So let's get started. Number 1, Peppy, a character from a book you'd feel peppy about moving into your Animal Crossing town. The character that I'm going to pick for this is going to be Captain Thorn from Cress by Marissa Meyer. So this is the third book in the Lunar Chronicles series, and I picked this one because I feel like he really shines in this book, and kind of he meets his love interest in this one. I can't remember his first name for the life of me. He's my favorite character in the series, but I don't remember his name. Carswell, that's his name, Carswell. I just saw it in the book. So Carswell Thorn is my favorite character from the Lunar Chronicles. He's this kind of like cocky space pilot sort of guy. Like kind of reminds me of like Han Solo and like Flynn Rider from like Tangled mixed together. I think that kind of describes who Thorn is. But yeah, I really love him a lot. I feel like he'd be like really fun to have around, so he would be like a good addition to like my little town, and he'd be like a great like fun neighbor that you could like come and party and drink with. But I'd also like to like invite like Cress along with him because they're just like adorable, and I just love to be like, oh, you know, like Carswell and Cress like down the road, they're so cute, like they'd be great. I love them. So yeah, Carswell Thorn from the Lunar Chronicles. Number 2, Uchi or Big Sister, a book that has a sibling relationship you enjoy, bonus points for a sister relationship. I could not think of a book with a sister relationship that I really liked. I feel like most books that I've read with a sister relationship, they're kind of like jerks to each other. But the book that I picked with a good sibling relationship is Called on the Hawk by Maggie Seabotter. So this is basically about the Lynch brothers, you know, from the Raven Cycle, Declan, Ronan, and Matthew. I really like them a lot. I feel like they're kind of like tormented siblings, which is like a weird thing to like, but I do really enjoy their relationship. I feel like they fight, especially Ronan and Declan. They fight a lot, but that's because they've been through a lot, and I feel like in the Raven Cycle they are like butting heads all the time, and you kind of see Declan as like the Jock older brother dick kind of guy, but you know, you see another side to him in Call Down the Hawk, and you see the complicated relationship that the Lynch brothers have because of their life circumstances and all of the things that have happened and the things that are like about them as people. And yeah, I really like them as brothers, and I'm very interested to find out what happens to them. So like, when's the next book? Because I need it. Definitely the Lynch brothers are a prime good set of siblings. 3 is Cranky, a book that made you cranky. I instantly thought of this book, and it is Discovery of Witches by Deborah Harkness. I don't think I like this book. I kind of gave up on it. I've DNF'd it for now. I don't know if I'm gonna get rid of it because there's a part of me that is like, I want to finish you. But then a part of me is like, oh no, I'm gonna have to sit through like 4 more pages of them talking about the smell of wine, so I don't want to read it. The fantasy elements are like interesting in it, but just like it's so drawn out, and it makes me upset every time I read it, so it's probably a thing that I need to really DNF and like just get rid of, but I am still undecided because I have a hard time getting rid of books. So it'll probably just sit on my shelf like collecting dust and making me mad for a while until I really decide I need to get rid of this. Number 4, Normal. What kind of books can you always turn to comfort? My comfort series is also the series I read most often, and that's fantasy books and like YA fantasy books. So my prime reason that I like to read is to escape and like not deal with anything anymore. Reading fantasy is like the ultimate form of that. It takes me completely out of this world into something new and different, and I really like that. I especially think I like fantasy books that are in a different world. Like there are books that I love that are fantasy books that are set in like our world, like the Raven Cycle. Like I do really like books that are like magic is secret within inside of our own world, but I really love just going into a whole new place, like a new land, planet, with a whole new system with different types of people in it. I really enjoy those books. Those are my ultimate escape because I don't have to think about the real world when I read them. And the real world sucks! Number 5, Snooty, a book you enjoyed that no one else seemed to, or an unpopular bookish opinion you have. I feel like I have the reverse of this, where I have a lot of books that a lot of people like that I don't like. So I'm just gonna do that. It kind of goes into bookish opinions that other people don't agree with. But my opinion is might be really controversial, but A Darker Shade of Magic, the Shades of Magic series, is like not as amazing as everybody said. I was really let down by it to the point where like I don't know if I can finish A Conjuring of Light. I felt like the first book is good, but the second one was just like too long, and the third one is like also too long, so sorry. A lot of people like think of it as like the fantasy of fantasies, you know, but I'm not super sold on it. Like it's good, but it's not like 5 stars, everyone should read this, you know. Number 6, Lazy, a book that took you too long to finish. I'm just gonna say everything because I've been reading so slowly lately. Call Down the Hawk, like I was so excited to read this, and I had such a good time reading it all of the time. Like I just was filled with so much when I read this book, but it took me over a month to read it. I think I started it in the beginning of February, maybe even January, and I finished it like last week. Everything is just taking me too long to finish right now, and I'm very, very upset by it. I need to read a little bit faster because I really am enjoying reading, but I'm just super slow at it. Number 7, Smug, a hyped book you have no interest in reading. I think I'm gonna go with, I think it's Crescent City by Sarah J Maas, like her new like fantasy adult book. Like I don't care. So I read the Throne of Glass series, and I have the last book, and I started the last book and I haven't finished it, and I really do want to finish it eventually, but like Throne of Glass is gonna be like the one and only Sarah J Maas series that I read, because like I'm not a fan. Like the first 2, maybe 3 books of Throne of Glass are like really good, but the rest of it is just like trash. I don't really have any interest in reading the rest of her books, especially, and like the new one is super hyped, everybody's talking about it, and I like don't care. Number 8, Jock, your bookish MVP. So this is something that completes your reading experience, like a snack, a bookmark type of music, etc. So I would say my perfect reading atmosphere would be in this bed, in some comfy clothes, not too hot, not too cold, with a blanket, something nice to drink, like some water or some good tea, some like atmospheric music playing, and just a book that I'm really excited about. That is like my perfect experience in reading. And then the bonus question. So Tom Nook, an auto by author or authors. So I would say Rainbow Rowell. She's like one of my favorite authors, if not my favorite author, and I just love all of her books, and I'm just filled with so much joy when I read a Rainbow Rowell book, which is interesting because she only has 2 fantasy books and the rest are contemporaries. Weird, but I love her. She's so cool, and I'll just buy like everything, like every book that she's written. I haven't been keeping up on Runaways though. I have one of them though, so yeah. But yeah, definitely Rainbow Rowell. I'll buy everything that she writes. Isabel, what is your most ambitious bookish goal for 2020? So my ambitious goal is to read most of my unread books. So that's not going very well. It's March and I've only read one physical book off of my TBR, and it was Call Down the Hawk, and I bought that recently. Like, it came out in November, so I bought it and then read it this year. We'll see how it's going. You know, it's only the 3rd month. You know, might be stuck inside forever. That is my ambitious goal. I'm gonna try not to buy too many books. I want to read more than I buy. I think I only have like 80 unread books. I'm not gonna read 80 books. That's including manga, but my physical TBR is somewhere around 80 books, so I don't know if I can read 80 of them this year, but we'll see. Next is The Able Sisters, your favorite recent book cover by. The last book I think I bought, was A Winter's Promise, and I bought it because of the cover initially. So I saw this a while ago and fell in love with the cover and thought it was beautiful and could never remember the title of the book because I just remembered the cover. Never bought it for some reason, and then finally, like recently, I just bought it. Like, I bought it at the end of the year for some reason. I think it was like I was hearing a lot of really good things about it from some people, so decided to just go ahead and get it so that it was on my shelf so I know it's there. This is like my most recent cover buy. KK Slider, do you only listen to anything while you read? So most of the time I don't, because I'll be like reading on breaks at work or something like that, or I'll be reading in bed before work or before I go to bed. So yeah, but when I like want to sit down and have like a reading afternoon or like a reading session, you know, I will put on some like atmospheric like anime music. I don't really have a specific channel that I listen to, but it's kind of like anime background music that I like to listen to. Yeah, I just go on YouTube and find a video that is like an hour long, so then I have like an hour long worth of reading that I can do. But yeah, I really like listening to instrumental anime music while I read. And then the last one is Brewster, drink of choice while reading. I don't really drink much while I'm reading. Most of the time I will fill up this Starbucks tumbler with water, or maybe I'll have some sort of tea while I read, but that's about it. I think most of the time I don't really like drink or eat anything while I read. So yeah, that's it. That is the Animal Crossing reading tag, or Animal Crossing book tag, book personality tag. What is the title of this? I don't know. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. If you would like to do this tag, I have included the questions in the description, and like always, if I've decided to tag specific people, I will put their channels in the description. I can't think of any right now, or haven't decided. But yeah, questions in the description box below. If you want to do this tag, feel free. So yeah, if you like this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more bookish and nerdy content from me. That is all I've got for you guys today. I'm Christy Lou. Till next time, matane!